Let's go through all the reasons why we've seen this real leg up in Brent and WTI in recent months.
So I think, number one, the OPEC Plus agreement was rolled over for another year, and I think that gave people a lot of confidence that we weren't about to see this huge flood of supply coming back into the market. At the same time, the old stories of Venezuela, Libya and Nigeria continue. You know, there's still problems there in terms of production, so that's no great surprise, which is good for this market. And then finally, look at the shape of the curve. You know, if I'm an investor in crude oil futures, it sort of doesn't matter whether I think price is going to go up or go down, because if I sit on that curve and I sit there for the year, I'm going to get a return, so long as the shape of that curve stays the same. We are heavily in backwardation. That's a great place.
I know you don't tell us where prices are heading, but you talk to people who can and do. Where next?
I think
we've hit 70 in Brent.
Absolutely, and that is a key level for us. So in terms of what people are talking about, they're saying, at what point does OPEC come back into this market and try and talk it down? You know, that's an incredibly unusual environment to be in. We've had 2.5 years of OPEC desperately trying to talk the price up. Now it's starting to look quite dangerous for them, because, again, if you look at the tail end of this year and into next year, we're at levels where the shale producers are hedging. And that guarantees supply for the next, whatever it is, year, 2 years, 3 years. And that's going to make it very difficult for them to manage the market.
So what would be the ideal price for OPEC, Stuart?
I think it depends who you ask within OPEC. I mean, the consensus seems to be somewhere around $60, maybe $65. They see that as the danger level at which shale starts expanding very rapidly. You know, on the other hand, a lot of the OPEC members really need the money. And even at $60, $65, $70 a barrel, they're not balancing their budgets. And within the context of the social unrest that we've seen in some of these countries, you know, it is important that they maintain those prices.